Aloha and welcome to day 6 of Envisioning the New Earth. I am Michelle Shine and I'll be your guide today as we envision and create what a new Earth reality looks like in terms of our communities. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's get comfortable in our seat. Get cozy and comfortable and settled. And let's begin by taking a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. As you breathe in, imagine that you're breathing in peace. And as you exhale, imagine that you're letting go of everything that doesn't serve you, the past, the future, everything that came before this moment, worries, concerns. You're letting them all go. They can just wait a little while. And just breathe in peace and breathe out stress and thoughts and distractions. Let them all go. And start to notice if your body is feeling a little more relaxed as you breathe. And go ahead and just breathe naturally now. Just allowing your breath to form its natural own rhythm. Perhaps deeper inhales and deeper exhales than you might have been doing before we started. And let's imagine that we are now breathing in love into our heart. So as you inhale, breathe love into your heart. Maybe you see colors with it or light. And on the exhale, imagine that you're exhaling it down through your body, down through your spine, and out through your root chakra or your feet, down into the core of Mother Earth. Exhale it down to the core of the new Mother Earth, the new vibrant, healthy, harmonious Mother Earth. And as your energy meets her energy, just imagine that she welcomes your energy and is grateful for it and sends a beam back up through all the layers of the earth, through your feet, through your root chakra, up through your spine and back to your heart. And let's take another big, deep inhale of love into our heart, merging that love with the love that just came from Mother Earth. And this time on the exhale, we're going to exhale it up through our brain stem and through our crown chakra, all the way up through the layers of the atmosphere and through our solar system, through our sun, into this core of the infinite creator. And as your energy meets the energy of the infinite creator, imagine feeling a beam of unconditional love and gratitude and personal affection coming to you from the core of the infinite intelligence down through the layers of the universe and our galaxy and through our sun and through our solar system and back into the crown of your head and down into your heart. And as you breathe now, just imagine and feel this beautiful union that you've just created between you and heaven and earth. Now you are completely aligned with heaven and earth as we start out this meditation envisioning a new earth reality that supports the all. And from here, let's begin to do the infinity breath. So we're going to focus our breath. Let's just focus on our heart for a moment. And while you just breathe, and what we're going to do is we're going to inhale from your heart. Let's pretend my hand is the heart. You're going to inhale down to the core of the earth. And then you're going to exhale up to Infinite Creator and then back to your heart. So let's begin. So inhaling now, down into the core of Mother Earth. You're just imagining that, and continue the inhale to back to your heart to complete your inhale, and then your exhale is up to our great Creator and back to your heart. Inhaling down to Mother Earth, back to your heart, and exhaling up to our Creator and back down to your heart. Inhaling down to Mother Earth, back to the heart, and exhale up to our Grand Creator and back to the heart. And see if you can continue that breath for 3 more breaths. And now just breathe normally and just notice how you feel as you are connected and fully aligned with heaven and earth. Through your breath, through your heart, through love. Just feel that connection. And now I invite you to consider what in this moment might be your version of heaven. If you could create any scene to put yourself in that would nurture you and support you and help you feel completely adored and loved for all that you are and all that you aren't, for everything, where would you put yourself? Maybe you're on a beach relaxing, listening to the waves, or maybe you're at a beautiful mountain stream where there's wildflowers all around you and the sun is shining upon you and you hear the birds chirping. Or maybe you're on a couch in front of a roaring fire, feeling the warmth and feeling nurtured and comfortable. Just place yourself into a scene. Maybe your pets are there, or friends and loved ones, and everything is as you desire. All is well. Just go to that place and let's bask there for a moment. So notice in your version of heaven right now, notice what's around you. Notice if you're sitting or standing or lying down. Notice if there are animals or a breeze or water or mountains or snow-capped peaks. Our friends there and loved ones. And what do you hear? Do you hear the wind moving through the trees, or do you hear the ocean waves crashing on the shore? Or maybe you just hear a little trickle of a stream. Or maybe you hear the tree frogs at night. What do you hear? And what do you feel? Do you feel the sun warming your skin? Perhaps it's a fire warming your skin, or perhaps you're being refreshed by taking a dive in the ocean or a beautiful crystal clear lake. What sensations do you feel in your body or being in this space? Do you feel loved? Do you feel peace? Create that for yourself. Create the feelings of love and peace and support and complete acceptance of who you are right now. Maybe you have guides or angels there supporting you and helping you feel loved, and just bask here in this space of feeling completely nurtured, healthy, vibrant, relaxed, loved unconditionally, where all your needs are met. And let's just bask here for a moment. And allow those feelings of well-being to penetrate every cell in your body. Allow your mind and your body to benefit from this experience of basking in heaven. Your own personal version of heaven in this moment. So from here, from this beautiful place where we get to bask in our own self-created heaven, let's start imagining now what new earth could look like in terms of our communities. How are our communities formed in this new reality? Are like-hearted beings brought together, and then new beings show up randomly? Or what does that look like? Are people welcomed in? Are people turned away? Are all welcome? Are the communities, how are they situated? Are they in little pockets where there are large expanses of nature in between, like little nuclear communities or little towns divided by a lot of nature and space, and then another town? Or is it more like communities are sprawled out kind of all over the place, and everywhere you go you can meet new people from new communities? What does that look like? Do we live with our nuclear families still? Is that a tradition or a expectation, or is there more freedom? Or do we want to live with our nuclear families more? Do we have individual homes, or do we live more communally in bigger structures with multiple people in them, or multiple families in them? Are the communities more integrated with nature and the cycle of life? Is that something that is valuable and honored? Do communities give thanks for all the blessings and the abundance of food and resources and water and medicines and plants and animals. And what does that look like? Is it a daily practice of giving thanks, and is it kind of weaved into every activity? In this New Earth community, do we still live with our nuclear families, or even in our own little structures where we still sort of do everything for ourselves on our own? Or do we live more communally where we share the building of structures and the creation of meals and tending the gardens and taking care of children and finding the wood to build the fires, or building the trellises in the garden, repairing each other's homes? How do we interact within our community? Is there sharing every week where you get to sit with those in your community and open your heart and speak what's on your heart and get support from the other beautiful members of your community who love and adore you? Do you sing songs as you're working in the garden, or as you're storing food for the winter, or as you're cooking a meal? Do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy the process of creating a beautiful meal for yourself and your community? And do you do that together with others, joyfully, with gratitude? In what type of dwellings do we live in our communities? Do we live in structures that are more eco-friendly in terms of the materials that are used and how they are constructed? Do we build with cob or aircrete or different types of sustainably sourced materials? Do we formulate these dwellings to be in concert with nature, such as having passive solar, and maybe we are partially underground where the temperatures are able to be more stable without having to use heat and air conditioning? And maybe we live in a more symbiotic way with Mother Earth. Maybe we've developed the Tesla free energy and we don't really pollute the earth anymore or ravage her resources. Maybe we figured that out. And so what we do doesn't pollute or destroy our planet in terms of housing and dwellings and structures. In this community that we're creating, is there art? Do the structures embody an artistic flair? Is there individuality and artistic expression in the structures and in the pathways or the walkways or the driveways? Is there beautiful art all around to make you smile and give you admiration? Are there beautiful gardens and flowers planted? Are there beautiful and loving animals around to rub up against you and share their love? Are there communal spaces, central places where you might enjoy things like poetry or music, art, sharing, praying, yoga, dance, healing practices? And is there a commitment to communities within communities? Is everybody committed to doing their part and sharing their gifts and sharing a beautiful life? How are decisions made in this community? And how do we communicate within our community and between communities and societies? Do we do that through intuition or through sharing inner guidance in circles? Or maybe everyone is awake and connected to their own God force, and everyone is able to tune in and receive similar messages regarding community topics. Where everyone's kind of already on the same page before you even speak a word. Wow. Is there a kind of telepathy between us and other communities and the animals in terms of, messages that need to be conveyed? And how is behavior taught and modified in these communities? Do we shower individuals with love when an issue comes up and let them know that they are fully loved and supported through whatever they are going through? Do we acknowledge others' pain? Do we truly see one another? For the life that we are, the life and the love that we are. And how is information moved between tribes or communities? Do we do that with TV screens or screen broadcasts of some nature, or through some kind of technology? Or is it more like a telepathic thing? Or maybe messages are received through flying owls, or anything is possible. What can you imagine that would feel good to you in terms of how do we communicate with other communities down the way? Do we just walk? Do we ride a horse over there and start talking to them? Do we take a 3-day journey to the next large community and stay a week and communicate and then journey home? How do we do that? Are we tuned into collective wisdom? And do we share not only information with other communities, but do we share other things like resources that we have an abundance of? Maybe we trade, or do we share our art and our beautiful creations with other communities? And how do we do that? And how do we nurture the elderly, the sick, or the vulnerable? Do we isolate them? Or do we welcome them with open arms? Do we shower them with love? So with all of that, let's just take a few breaths, and let's take a few deep breaths. And as you do, just consider some of the most beautiful to you images that you just created, and bring them into your body with your breath on the inhale. And just exhale whenever you're ready, and then just inhale all of this community love and the brightness and the warmth. Breathe it into your body with your inhale, and let it go with the exhale. We're going to physicalize it one last time with one more inhale. Breathing in the peace and the harmony and the gratitude and the well-being of our communities into our bodies. Just exhale whenever you're ready. And allow yourself to feel the satisfaction, even though many questions are still unanswered. Embody the feeling of it is done. The harmonious, loving, supportive communities have been created. And just bask in that for a moment. Allow that peace and that satisfaction and that success, that fulfillment to fill you up. Thank you for contributing your energy to this beautiful vision of heaven on earth. So needed at this time, and the time is ripe for these imaginations and these creations. Thank you for adding your light. Aloha.